Hello, my fellow human. Thank you for joining me today to talk about showing gratitude for the things we have and also showing gratitude for the negative things we have. I think it's very important to appreciate all the good and the bad you have in life because that's how life is designed. You can't have the good without the bad, and you can't have the bad without the good. And for me, I always show gratitude for the most mundane things that make my day. And I always bring up sugar as an example because I use 2 to 3 teaspoons a day in my coffee, but I don't drink more than 1 coffee a day, most of the day. And I am so thankful for having something as primitive as that have such a big impact on my life. As if it's nothing, right? My day would be the same if I didn't have that cup of coffee, but no, it would not be as joyful. I would not be as thankful for being here if I didn't have that one small thing. And I'm sure you have that. Something that you enjoy with your heart, that you're grateful for. Maybe it's a frozen pizza after work, or a show that you watch when you're alone, or a game that you play over and over, or something that might not be anything big to somebody else, but it means the world to you. And I want to find a way to show gratitude even for the negative things we have in life, like my receding hairline. Sure, I'm not happy about it. I see it every day when I look in the mirror. It looks funky. I'm realizing that I'm growing older and that's why my hair is just falling out. But it's okay. I mean, I find it funny looking at myself looking so weird. Definitely not the most attractive version of myself, but hey, if it was now falling off, people couldn't make jokes and we couldn't laugh about it. So you probably have something in your life that is maybe for you inconvenience, but if you were feeling nothing, you would probably even miss that small inconvenience. Like an annoying little brother that always keeps coming into your room, asking you for stuff and you just want to be left alone. But the moment they grow up and leave the house, all of a sudden you miss when they came into the room and annoyed you, something like that. I had and I still have a lot of hurdles that inconvenience me and make me feel negative, even just a bit. Visual sides. Sometimes I look into the mirror and I see a beautiful man. I just see myself as a beautiful, beautiful man. But other times, I just look at myself on a camera and I'm like, damn, you're one ugly motherfucker. What is that, that ungodly sized ear that you have? What is that weird shaped nose? But when I tell people about it, they don't seem to really see that. And I stopped focusing on it. Yeah, I still see it, but it doesn't mean it has to bother me. I know a lot of people struggle with self-image, height, weight, age, style, and some of those things we can control and some of those things we just cannot control. And we have to find this moment of peace in ourselves where we can just accept that if I can't control it, why should I bother worrying about it? Yeah, my body seems to have this like weird nervous system response to it, and it puts me in a panic, and I seem to somehow got attached to that panic, but I know it's not good. So I'm finding a way to detach, and I hope you're finding a way to detach. Maybe most of the stuff we cannot control, but we can control one very big thing in life, and that is expressing oneself, showing emotion. And that's where people shine. Have you ever had an experience of meeting a very beautiful person visually and you're getting hooked? And you got hooked because they're so visually appealing, but from the inside they were not as beautiful. It was like a very nice coating on a rotten fruit. Maybe because they got a bit too into the idea they are so beautiful, and now they kind of lost themselves. Or maybe it's like a different thing that made their personality like that. I don't know why some people are like that, but the fact is I've met people like that, and pretty sure everybody has met at least one person like that. But haven't you met a person that is not very eye-catching, but through their acts, they make you feel like, they make you go, whoa, this person is awesome. This person is great. And have you noticed that when that happens, the person visually becomes more pleasant to look at? When they're kinder to you, you like looking at them more. When they're more confident and they help you, you like looking and being around that person more. And maybe you are that person. Maybe you can become that person that other people look at awe at because they're so cool. They're so nice. They're so kind. They're exactly why humankind has kind in it. I want every one of us to be the best version of ourselves. And the best version doesn't always involve gaining more things. Sometimes it involves removing some things from us. For some people it's habits, if they struggle with habits. For some people it is adding some stuff. They're like, they don't have enough self-confidence and they have to find more confidence to go out in the world. But what brings me the most confidence in myself is just remembering who I am. I'm me, and that's enough. And everybody should feel that. Everybody should be okay that they are who they are. Sure, I'm not the perfect male specimen of 6 feet and 200 pounds of lean muscle who makes hundreds of thousands every year to do whatever and have status in society. But would I care about that more than being a kind and genuine human being? I think everybody with a conscience would just be like, nah, being kind is definitely more than enough. And you're kind, you're great, you're a nice person. You're working through everything and you're not letting the world make you better, even though it's trying very much at some points. I don't know why all of us are here, but I know it's a good experience. It's a pleasant experience being here. I like it. Through hurdles and loss, healing through time, I prefer experiencing this over nothing. Because have you noticed that it's always worth it when it's done? When the suffering stops as if it's never happened, but your mind still races expecting the next suffering. But we forget that every time we go through suffering, we get stronger. We are way more prepared for the next suffering and the one after that, because every single time it's gonna get just 0.5% easier. I mean, we cannot expect to be molded into a shape like iron if there's no heat, and it's going to be hot. We're in the fire right now, and it's uncomfortable, but you need the heat to become more elastic for the blacksmith to actually be able to hammer you down so you can get the proper shape, so you can become this work of art. And yeah, one of the ways that I found it's easier to be in the forge is to say, hey, it's nice to have the small stuff while I'm in the forge. Nice to have some tea, a small walk, nice to see a couple of trees outside. It's nice to have music while I walk in the city where it's very loud and I only hear cars. It's nice to have my music there. And I hope you find joy in life, my friend. I hope you find happiness. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope you're gonna have a great day and a great life. Goodbye, my friend.